I was watching social media the other day, and a well-intentioned person said, I have a great idea. Make sure you give $1 to all your kids to make sure that everyone knows you didn't forget any of them if you're trying to disinherit them. And let me tell you, that is terrible, terrible advice. And let me explain why. But first, let me tell you how to reach out to me. You can go to my website, www.legionlawplc.com, go to the Contact Us page, and schedule a free consultation over the phone. So, to let you know, if you give somebody $1, they are now part of the will. If they are not part of the will, they are excluded from the will, they are disinherited. But if you give them $1, even if it's $1 versus $1 million, they're still a beneficiary. And in Texas, beneficiaries are the people who can bring lawsuits to break up a will. You know, I can't sue to break up some random stranger's will because I'm not a part of that will, unless he puts me in there, which would be great. But if he does not name me whatsoever, I have no right to bring a lawsuit against that will. And that's the same thing with children. If you're trying to disinherit your children, then what you should do is not give them $1 because that will include them with everybody, and then they have every incentive in the world to break up the will. They don't care about losing the dollar. They want to break up the will to get more money. So what you do is instead, at the very beginning of your will, you say, here are all my children, A, B, C. And then you say A gets this, B gets this, and then nothing. You don't say a word about C. Because if you say a word about C, then C is now involved in all the transactions. Now, that doesn't stop C from trying to bring a lawsuit. Texas and, the United States overall totally lets you bring lawsuits all the time for any kind of reason. Granted, it gets thrown out faster in this circumstance because there's no standing. There's no ability to bring the lawsuit in the first place. So a judge is going to look at that standing and say, can you bring that lawsuit in the first place? And what are the merits of that lawsuit? So if we can't even get that past the first hurdle, we're not worried about the second hurdle. So giving somebody $1 gives them the right to bring that lawsuit, and it gets them over that first hurdle, and it makes it easier for them to break up your will. Now, here's the thing. Judges are smart. They're not dumb. They're very, very intelligent people, and I know that people disagree with that probably, but judges are very, very smart. They can catch on, and they'll say, hey, he listed all his children. He specifically didn't talk about one child. It's very clear. We're not talking about that child. That child been disinherited. And that's it. A judge is smart enough to know that. They're not going to think, oh, he was writing this, but then, his hand got tired and he just decided, I'm going to stop talking about my children. And especially if you put it up into percentages where you say 50% and 50% go to A and B, then clearly C is not getting anything. Now, if you said 33% A, 33% B, and then you don't mention what happens to that last 33%, that's a different story, but that's a typo at that point. So either way, make sure your will does that. It lists out your children, it states exactly who's getting what, and then it's silent on the people who get nothing. Because otherwise you are involving those people and you're just inviting them to bring a lawsuit against you to break up your entire family. So don't give them $1. If you have any questions on this or anything else, feel free to email me directly, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawplc.com, or find me at my website, www.legionlawplc.com. Go to the Contact Us page and schedule a free consultation with me over the phone directly on my calendar. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.